She started softly, using her knowledge of Adekunle's business dealings to sow seeds of doubt among his partners. A carefully placed anonymous tip here, a whispered rumour there. Adekunle, initially dismissive, soon found his once solid business empire beginning to wobble. Ewatomi, fueled by her pain, became more daring. She leaked confidential information to his competitors, orchestrated minor scandals that tarnished his reputation, and manipulated situations to create friction between him and his closest allies. She moved like a ghost in the shadows, her actions untraceable, her motive a mystery to everyone but herself. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, guys. If you haven't subscribed, please do like, comment and share to others. Thank you. Diving into the world of Folktale Story by Debbie. Period. In the bustling city of Lagos, amidst the towering skyscrapers and the vibrant chaos of the market, there lived a young woman named Ewatomi. She was known for her radiant smile, a sharp intellect, and a kindness that touched everyone she met. For 8 years, her heart belonged to Adekunle, a charismatic and successful businessman who had amassed a considerable fortune. Their love story had blossomed like a tropical flower, starting with stolen glances at a social gathering and evolving into a deep and seemingly unbreakable bond. They shared dreams of a future filled with laughter, children, and a comfortable life. Ewa had stood by Adekunle through thick and thin, celebrating his triumphs and offering unwavering support during his challenges. Their families had grown so close, and many believed that their wedding was just a matter of time. Adekunle, however, harbored a deep-seated archaic belief that he could only marry a virgin. This belief, though never explicitly voiced, lurked beneath the surface of their relationship like a hidden serpent. He cherished Ewa, enjoyed her companionship, and reveled in her love. Yet, this one rigid conviction held him captive. One sweltering afternoon in Adekunle's opulent mansion in the eyebrow area of Ikoyi, the unspoken truth finally erupted. Ewa, her eyes sparkling with anticipation, had been discussing about their future, mentioning a beautiful piece of land she had seen that would be perfect for their family home. Adekunle, usually so attentive, seemed distant. He took a deep breath, his expression unreadable. "Ewa," he began, his voice unusually grave. "There is something I need to tell you, something I should have told you a long time ago." Ewa's smile faltered slightly, a flicker of unease crossing her face. "What is it, Kunle?" Adekunle's gaze shifted away from hers. "You know how much I value tradition, how I believe in certain principles." Ewa nodded slowly, a knot gradually forming in her stomach. He finally looked at her, his eyes filled with a strange mixture of stubbornness. "Ewa, I can't marry you." The words hung in the air, heavy and suffocating. Ewa's laughter died in her throat. "What? What are you saying?" "I can't marry a used commodity, Ewa," he stated, the words sharp and cold. "I can't marry you because you're not a virgin." The words seemed to tilt on its axis for Ewa. 8 years. 8 years of shared intimacy, of building a life together, meant nothing in the face of this archaic prejudice. Tears welled up in her eyes, betrayal and disbelief warring within her. "After all this time, after everything we have shared, you you said you loved me. I do love you, Ewa. Adekunle insisted. His voice strained. But this is something I cannot compromise on. It's a matter of principle. The hypocrisy of his words stung Ewa like a venomous bite. He had been the one to take her virginity, and now he was discarding her because of it. The injustice of it all was overwhelming. The breakup was brutal and swift. Adekunle, despite Ewa's pleas and her heartbroken tears, remained resolute. He offered her a generous sum of money as a parting gift. But this gesture only deepened her humiliation. Ewa retreated into herself. The vibrant light within her dimmed. The betrayal had shattered her trust and left a gaping wound in her heart. She struggled to understand how the man she had loved so deeply for 8 years could discard her so casually based on a standard he himself had disregarded. As time passed, a dark cloud of bitterness began to envelop Ewa. The pain of rejection festered, slowly morphing into a burning desire for retribution. The happy memories of their time together were now tainted, replaced by the agonizing sorrow by his words. She started subtly, using her knowledge of Adekunle's business dealings to sow seeds of doubt among his partners, a carefully placed anonymous tip here, a whispered rumor there. Adekunle, initially dismissive, soon found his once solid business empire beginning to wobble. Ewatomi, fueled by pain, became more daring. She leaked confidential information to his competitors, orchestrated minor scandals that tarnished his reputation, and manipulated situations to create friction between him and his closest allies. She moved like a ghost in the shadows, her actions untraceable, her motive a mystery to everyone but herself. Adekunle watched in bewildered frustration as his life began to unravel. Deals fell through, partnerships dissolved, and the respect in one's commanded dwindled. He couldn't understand the sudden turn of events, the unseen forces working against him. He suspected rivals, but the attacks were too precise, too personal. Meanwhile, Ewatomi watched from a distance, a cold satisfaction growing within her as she witnessed his downfall. The pain in her heart hadn't completely vanished though, but the sight of his suffering offered a twisted form of solace. Her final act was the most devastating. Knowing how much his family meant to him, she anonymously leaked fabricated information that created a deep rift between Adekunle and his siblings, leading to a bitter and irreparable family feud. Alone, isolated, and watching his life crumble around him, Adekunle finally began to understand the extent of the damage. He was a shadow of his former self, haunted by a vague sense of unease, a feeling that he was being punished for some unknown transgression. Years passed, Adekunle's business was a shell of his former glory. His family fractured and his once vibrant personality extinguished. He lived a solitary life, plagued by a gnawing emptiness he couldn't quite explain. One rainy evening, while aimlessly scrolling through old photographs on his phone, he stumbled upon pictures of Ewatomi, her radiant smile, the warmth in her eyes. Memories he had tried to bury flooded back with painful clarity. He remembered her unwavering support, loyalty, her boundless love, and the careless way he had discarded her. A chilling realization washed over him. Could it have been Ewatomi? Could she have been the unseen hand that had systematically dismantled his life. The thought was both terrifying and strangely logical. He had inflicted a deep and unforgivable wound, and perhaps this was the consequence. He tried to reach out, but Ewatomi had suddenly vanished. The woman he had loved and so cruelly rejected had become a ghost, leaving behind only the wreckage of his life as a testament of his callousness. In his final years, Adekunle lived with the crushing weight of regret. He had prioritized a baseless prejudice over genuine love and loyalty, and in doing so, he had destroyed not only Ewatomi's life but also his own. He understood too late that true value lay not in the person's past, but in the depth of their character and the sincerity of their love. His mansion, once a symbol of his success, became his prison, echoing with the phantom laughter of a love he had foolishly thrown away. The tragic irony was that in his pursuit of an untouched bride, he had lost the most precious and devoted woman he could ever and would ever know. And in her pain, she had ensured that he lost everything he also had. Thanks for watching, guys. Please, if you are in case you haven't subscribed, please do like, comment, and share to others. Thank you. Baby's Production.